Welcome to the Bielik method, where today we're going to kickstart exponent rules off. There are a ton of rules that you need to know and be prepared for, and just really want to have that down so that when you are going into long extended problems, you can just at the drop of a hat know what the rule is and not have to really think it through. Okay, so today we're dealing with zeros and negative exponents. That's how we're going to kickstart everything off. Then we'll move into our multiplication and division, etc., etc. But one of the things that you're often going to see when you're dealing with exponent equations, expressions, etc., is there will be an exponent of 0, and you want to know right away what that is equal to. This is a very basic piece of knowledge. You just have to have it. So it's about memorizing this one, really. Okay, anything to the 0 power, anything to the 0 power is 1. Nothing will come out different. Okay, so it doesn't matter if it's 5 to the 0 power. A negative value, such as negative 8 to the 0 power, it's going to be 1. At 3.56 or 3 and 5600ths. Remember, anything, does not matter what the number is. They all come out to 1. So if you see anything to the 0 power, just piece of cake, change it to the value of 1 immediately. Okay, so there's zeros. You need to know that. Okay, that's just a go-to. It's not a really tricky thing or concept to understand. Just have that memorized. Anything to the 0 power is 1. Now, the one thing that's a little bit trickier to understand is negatives. How do negative exponents work? You've probably seen a lot of times something maybe like 8 squared by now. Most of you have seen something like that, and you know that that's equal to 64. Okay, but what we're going to talk about now is what would 8 to the negative second power be equal to. So let me just show examples side by side for this one. I think that's the best way to understand it. Is if I were to tell you, hopefully again you understand why 8 squared is 64, and I'll give you a quick rundown of why. 8 squared means 8 times 8, so 8 times itself equals 64. Now 8 to the negative second power is equal to 1/64. There's a pattern there. You will see it as we go through. Okay, what is 6 squared? 6 squared is 36. 6 to the negative second power is going to be 1/36. Starting to see something? Okay, next. 4 squared is 16. 4 to the negative second power is, yeah, you know it, 1/16. Okay, so the rule that you need to understand with negative exponents is just this. Okay, you ready? I'll use variables to show it. A to the negative third power is equal to 1 over that information right there, but remove the negative. 1 over a to the third power. You take the value of what you're seeing and you put it under 1. Now, the common misconception, the thing that students often get confused with a negative exponent, is that when I give a negative exponent, I want to have a negative result. And that's not the case. Okay, negative exponents make things very, very small. Just like a regular positive exponent makes something big, a negative exponent makes it teeny, teeny, tiny. Okay, exponents such as 2, okay, it made an 8 significantly larger. 8 turns into a 64 because you multiply 8 times itself. Okay, what 8 to the negative second power does is it makes something very, very small. Okay, it makes 1/64, which is a very, very tiny number. 1/64, very minute. Okay, so hopefully this makes sense to you. Zeros are always going to come out to be 1, and a negative exponent just takes that value and puts it under 1 as a fraction. So instead of making something big, like a positive exponent will do, a negative exponent will make something very small. 6 squared is 36. 6 to the negative second power is 1/36. Okay, just to show that one more way, 6 to the negative second is really 1 over 6 squared. The reason we got 36 is because 6 squared on the bottom as the denominator would come out to 36. Okay, that's the very start. Oh man, I gotta ruin my video like that. That is the very start to exponent rules, taking zero and negative exponents. You'll see these often. You need to know what to do to them because sometimes you'll have both positives and negatives, and you need to know that they go on the bottom of the fraction. Okay, zeros, again, very easy, just always one, no matter what it is. All right, have a great day, and thank you for stopping by to learn exponents.